traveling. I'm always on the run. I'm always up to something, you know? And you know what that is, you know what's going on. Yeah. Something right quick, you know. The real Chevy heads know what's going on. It's an SS. We're gonna get it together. We call a nice little stain on it. Give it some tender loving care right quick. You know, personalize it. Okay, that means the key ain't in the car. All right. Boom. Yeah, I'm always traveling. Well, first of all, I got the right to do that, right? What's up to all my American nationals? How y'all feeling? Okay, cool. I know y'all feeling good. We travelers around here, man. What license? What I need a license for? And I got the right to travel on the land. Why would I go and get a license to move about? And possessing a license is directly related to engaging in commercial activity. I have the right to transport my goods and move up and down the highway as I please. The right of a citizen to travel upon a public highway is to operate an automobile is not a mere privilege which the city may prohibit or prohibit at will. That's Thompson versus Smith. If the state converts your right into a privilege and issue a license and a fee for it, you can ignore the license and the fee and engage the right with impunity. Shuttlesworth, Birmingham. If you ain't know what impunity meant, that's synonymous to immunity. You know, a traveler is different from a driver because a driver is for hire. You go back and look at my other video, the right to travel, you will see that I broke it down in there. You know what I'm saying? So y'all come ride with me right quick, man. Y'all see what's going on? Come ride with me. Tank on full. Sun up or sun down. We hit the road. I've been up. Me and my brother, man, we on the road. I've been up since I get back on the highway.
You are going.
Oh, they gotta swing back around the same way.
Left.
Yeah, no, it's taking me that way again. Just watching the street. Remember we went up there. So, oh yeah, we've been up since 6 a.m. traveling. I'm not driving because a driver is somebody who's for hire. I don't have a passenger with me because he didn't pay me.
To take your grips.
Oh yeah, my brake, my game brake. Yep, my brake on because I'm towing the trailer. So I have a guest with me in this vehicle. He's accompanying me because he's a national as well. He's a national as well, so you got two nationals traveling together. Yesterday was the funniest thing, man. Riding down the highway, and I seen a guy traveling as well. This I knew he was traveling because he didn't have a license plate from the corporate state of whoever on his vehicle. So I got on the side of him. I blew the horn. He rolled the window down. We're in the middle of the highway. I said,
Snowing in the blizzard.
Snowing in the blizzard. I said, hey man, are you exercising your right to travel? He's like, yeah, you betcha. I'm like, yeah. I figured that. You know what I'm saying? And when you moving around and you in this vibration and you aware of certain things, things that wouldn't stick out to a certain person who isn't in receipt of certain knowledge or is in the know on certain, facts, it would point that out. And let me define when I say the word facts. I definitely had a debate with my brother, man, this morning about what a fact was. So a fact, let's just say you question it. Well, what makes his or her source of information a fact? Or what makes what they said? We always say they, them. Okay, so when we say they and them, we just gonna say the powers that be, or somebody who's unknown who set the precedent to mean for it to mean this. And we gonna say a fact is information that has been compiled that has not been rebutted by anybody. So it stands as truth because that's the fact. I mean, in our science, constitutes our stipulation. It constitutes our agreement to the information that has been presented.
You use the Einstein.
And I was getting ready to get to that, and that makes sense. So the Einstein, the theory of relativity, Einstein, over the course of the years of his studies, came to the conclusion that E equals MC squared. Okay? Now, the theory of relativity, Einstein imagined himself sitting on a beam of light traveling. And he came to the conclusion that the faster that we physically move, the slower that things appear. And the slower that we physically move, the faster that things appear. So, with that being said, it is a theory. So the theory means, based on these circumstances, I came to this conclusion. So I'm going to put it out there, and I'm allowing anybody. You got to think about how many scientists have lived and died since the man came out with this theory of relativity. And nobody has proven him wrong.
Like the 70s.
So, yeah, 70, okay. So, that's a fact. Okay.
After the roundabout.
You hit that good old bump. Yeah, I'm good. Let me just edit that out. So that stands as fact. So today, while I'm traveling on this land, my land, the same land that my forefathers traveled upon and moved upon by horse-drawn carriage, and they probably walked, jogged, rode a horse or whatever. When you out away from these, densely populated areas, quote unquote major cities, you free from a lot of things. You free from the collective conscience of the people who inhabit these areas. You're free from radiation, maybe 5G, 4G, nuclear plants, power plants, atmosphere pollution, light pollution. When I went to Oregon, I had never been in a place so rural. I'd never seen that many stars in the night sky. That was amazing to me. And we free from the web of energy that's inextricably drawn between person to person. So where I live, there's only 1 to 2 degrees of separation, and I might say 1. You can walk up to a stranger and ask them, do they know such and such, and there's a 90% chance that they gonna say, yeah, I do know such and such, for sure. Oh, that's a nice little bump. Yeah, I know such and such. And so the city that I stay in, it's only 120,000 people. You draw. And so now, when you out away from that, well, if you're not in someone else's or multiple people's energy, whose energy are you in? Your own. You're in the raw energy of nature. Where my Dragon Ball Z fans at? Who used to watch Dragon Ball Z? Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, them. They used to whoop ass. If y'all didn't pay attention, it was a very spiritual cartoon. What was Goku's biggest weapon when he couldn't defeat somebody? What was his ace in the hole when he didn't know what else to do? He would use the spirit bomb. If you know Dragon Ball Z, you know this. And if you don't know Dragon Ball Z, go look it up. And when Goku used the spirit bomb, he would chant, he would talk, or he would do a meditation and talk to the earth. Earth, I'm calling on you. Give me all your energy. and all your spirit, all the plants, all the animals. And Goku was standing like this while he was summoning the energy of the earth into this bomb, the spirit bomb. And he would guide this energy onto the enemy or the person that he needed to defeat in defense of the planet Earth and his friends. So when I go out to nature, I'm in tune with the energy. I see the animals, I see the birds and the things flying around. You know, I ain't no tree hugger, but I would hug a tree. I don't have a problem hugging a tree. You ever went grounded? You ever took your socks off and put your feet on Mother Earth? She is breathing. She is living. Trust me, if you think the earth is just a big rock, you're sadly mistaken. And energy is so big, and energy, 77, down to 75. Energy is so real. And I talk to people all the time, and a lot of time when I meet people, men or women, children included, I ask them, well, what's your sign? Oh, I ain't into all that. I ain't into all that energy shit. This one thing about the law, the immutable laws of the universe, whether you are into it or not, it's operating on you. All right? I know you ain't into studying the law, but I guarantee you go out here and break somebody's rule, you gonna see why you need to study the law. You go out here and conduct business with one of these public agencies, you're gonna see why you need to know their policies. You're gonna see why you don't even know how to, you don't stand a chance of defending yourself. You draw what I'm saying? You don't even know who you give permission to, right? Or wrong. So today what I'm getting into is, you know, energies and how they affect multiple things in one's life, and specifically parenting. And so when I talk about certain things and dealing with energy and how I deal with my children, I have 6 children, by the way, 30 years old. It matters because if you didn't know, I am all. That means I am you. You are me. And everybody is bound to each other by cords and strings. All this self. That's what I was looking for. All the self. You see what I'm saying? So when somebody cuts you off on your way to work, on your way to build somebody's dream or work for somebody else's company, which is okay if you use it as a stepping stone. But that 30-year shit, out the window. And you catch an attitude, you catching an attitude with self. Well, how am I, this person, how's this person me? Because even though we all have individual mindsets and habits based off experience and the people who in our environments and things of that nature who've grown us, we all use the same mind in different ways. But it's only one mind. The infinite intelligence is what every single human being draws off of, because you in your essence is mind. Mind and spirit is the same thing. Stop thinking. No, I'm not going to place any demands on you. I suggest that you stop thinking that that organ called your brain that processes information on this physical plane of manifestation is your mind. It's not. You want to know how you know mind is separate from this brain? Because we can sit back and perceive a thought and know that we're thinking. We separate ourselves from our thoughts. I can observe a thought. I had a negative thought earlier. I'm like, damn, I'm tripping. I ain't gotta think that, man. Go and get out of there. It's not serving me. What are your thoughts doing? Your thoughts are energy. Energy. What are emotions? Energy is energy in motion. So wherever your thoughts go, energy flows. When I came out of federal prison, I was dealing with acute and intense anxiety, right? Only the people close to me know that. You would never know that if I didn't tell you. Because I got what's called a poker face. I don't strain my face to get your attention, to ask me, well, what's wrong? I don't want no sympathy. I'm not no goddamn victim. I don't need your sympathy. I'm going to deal with this. So I had to sit back and observe my thoughts. Why am I thinking this way? Why am I feeling this way? I'm feeling this way because I gave validity to these negative thoughts. And one thing about the universe, it's instantaneous. Mind does not know time or space. That's why when you think about somebody long enough and intensely enough, they come into your awareness, or you draw them into your awareness, or you draw yourself into their awareness. Next thing you know, you get a phone call from this person. Hey bro, I was just thinking about you. No man, that was crazy. I was just thinking about you. And there's a name for that. It's called biophoton emission. And I'm gonna give you an example of biophoton emission. I'm 30, so the guys and the gals in my age range, y'all remember when we was shorty, we was like 7th, 8th grade. Y'all remember that song by Crime Mob called Nuck If You Buck? You know, or Lil Jon and the East Side Boys, when they played certain songs in the club, what would happen? It'll go up, right? What happened when Nuck If You Buck came on? Everybody get the pulling up their pants, looking crazy. You know you've been having an issue, dude, for a long time. It's your time to go ahead and send it up. Tee off on him. We're finna detonate his ass. Everybody get the hootie and everybody get the squabbling. There's multiple phases being caught at the same time. It's crazy. Like the Planet of the Apes and that. So that's biophoton emission, because the energy that's given off by the people who recorded that soundtrack at the time is being conveyed to the people who are listening to it. When you go in church and you get the shouting and crying and hooping and hollering, and they talking about the Holy Ghost or the Holy Spirit, it's okay to term it that. I'm not saying that it's not the Holy Spirit, but I'm letting you know that this Holy Spirit that you've been taught to call it is energy being conveyed to other people. Everything will be all right. And they get to sing and you get to hoop. Yeah. Because that's in the spirit of care and nurturing. There go the Holy Ghost. Dude get to clapping the drums. Shorty get to doing runs on the organ. Everybody get to going crazy. You know, everybody they get to skate through the church. You see the lady running through the church. She done fell out. They done threw the thing on her, man. Then you got the what's the lady? The Ursha coming through. She's laying a blanket on the lady because she wearing a skirt. We looking at her panties. Yeah, she coming. They hooping and hollering. And any churchgoers, and no offense to y'all, but you know what come after the shouting, the offering. You geek now. You was only gonna give $10. Now you done got geek. You finna give 100. Yeah, I'm finna give them 100. They done conveyed that good old energy through there, the Holy Spirit, or what you call it. And in the club, or, you know, the Christians refer to it as secular music or demonic spirits. So it's energy. That's energy. So if you talking about you not into that energy, how you not into energy when you tell your partner, when you see somebody look a certain way, I don't know if I like dude, man. He give me a bad vibe. What you think the word vibe means? It's short for vibration. Vibration. He give me a bad vibe. What we call the ladies, we call them vibes. Shorty got she a vibe. She give me a good vibe. She giving you good energy. What happened when you was a shorty and you fall off your bike and you knocked a patch of meat off your kneecap and you go in there hooping and hollering, your mama, it hurts so bad. And what she come do? She come put her hand on it. And that healing and that nurturing spirit from your mind, that energy, it settles the pain. It make the pain go away. That's energy. How you not into energy? No, you into energy. You just don't just don't admit to it. You just don't you don't surrender to it.
They're bound by the belief system that they was given since birth.
Since birth, you bound by the belief system.
Education.
Religion, education. These things all count. Now,
Name.
all that, because you like the brother Yusef Bell said, your name means something. You know, from birth, from the ignorance of my parents, my mother named me Derek. Honestly, I've never researched it. I don't know what the name Derek means. I think my mama did it because the lady at the hospital said, you got to name these kids before you get up out of here. And we're going to go ahead and get them a birth certificate. And we're going to register them with the state. We going to get rid of the knowledge of the physical them, kill them physically, and resurrect them on paper. Derek. So as I came into the knowledge of the thing, as my vibration and my awareness rose, and I came into a new energy. What was the new energy? The new energy was the knowledge of self. Come on, man. Pay attention. Come on, man. You're not paying attention, man. You got that phone in your hand, my boy. That's why you crazy. I'm toting the trailer. I'm looking at you text, bro. Bro, if I was 12, I would have just mic'd him. Good thing I ain't 12. So, I would never want to be in that energy, enslaving people. That's an energy. So, as I came into that higher vibration, and I came into the understanding of self, my divine creed, my heritage, the God that dwells in me, I started to realize that God wasn't some big Zeus-looking character, some big white dude with a beard sitting on a throne in a heaven, throwing down lightning bolts on people. That's not God. God is the Almighty. God is the creator of the universe. The universe is the physical body of God. I know I'm getting ready to rub somebody wrong. So,
Hangman.
yeah.
Etymology of Derek. Hangman. I pulled up the etymology, sorry.
Put up the etymology of Derek. What does Derek mean, sir?
Hangman.
Hangman.
1600s.
The word Derek means hangman?
A hangman.
The person who hangs somebody?
Maybe. I mean, I ain't gonna take my team back.
What else can we come up with? Let me see what else.
Also a gallows. From the surname of a hangman at London, Tyburn Gallows was often referred to as in contemporary plays. The name represents a late borrowing. So hold on, you go further. Let me go a little further.
Go a little further.
I go into etymology.
Let's see.
Starting etymology. But you go ahead, keep on.
So the term Derek, from what my brother man is telling me.
So okay, this also came up again. So I looked it up on Google first, but that's why I went to the etymology.
Okay.
It says a hosting apparatus for lifting and moving heavy weights.
A Derek.
Yeah. So on Google says Derek, a kind of crane with a movable pivot arm for moving or lifting heavy weights, especially on a ship.
So how can I translate what he just told me into
It's a noun.
a noun? A Derek is a noun. It's a thing, a crane, that thing that they use to lift heavy weights. You know what? I have been a supporting character for a lot of people in my life, and I've been there to help people and help move that dead weight that they couldn't seem to shake. That seemed pretty cool, but guess what? That's me. That's me.
Also, okay.
Is it on there right? Okay. I mean, it was starting to fall. Push it on there good.
It's only the half feet, so we can't just smash it. It's good.
Okay.
You gotta adjust it. Okay, here go one, two.
Another definition of Derek.
Gifted ruler.
A gifted ruler.
People ruler.
A people ruler.
Old German, famous bearer. Derek was a 17th century hangman.
Hangman.
So
I'm drawing the hangman as the one who actually hung people up by the noose.
He was an old century hangman.
Okay, a Derek.
His name became synonymous with gallows.
Gallows.
And now refers to a type of crane.
A type of crane. So
it's a gifted ruler.
A gifted ruler.
People ruler.
A people ruler. So with me knowing how my mother was raised, which I can say this based off of questions I asked, because I asked my mother, why does she believe in Christianity or why does she believe in Jesus? Well, she said that's the way I was raised. I said, you never question anybody about why they believe in Jesus or whoever. So with that being said, I come to the conclusion that there's a high probability that my mother probably didn't research what a Derek was. So with that being said, I was given a name because it probably sounded good to her. Okay, cool. I'm fine with that, mother. I accept that, right? Now, being that is Derek is a gifted ruler, which I can't rule anybody unless they consent to me ruling them. And once I start learning, what certain words mean, I attach the attribute to my name according to, my nationality per se. I'm Moorish American. And I attached the word L to my name. So my name was Derek Lamont Turner. I didn't do nothing special. I ain't call myself metaphysical Allah, Ali Bey Shabazz, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't got nothing against the guys who take their attributes because that matches to them. All I did was, switch something around. I took my last name, Turner, I put it in front of my middle name, and I attached L to the end of it. Now, that represents the likes of the enlightened Derek, who is the free national, the Moorish national, Illinoisan of the Republic of Illinois, the 50 contingent states. Turner Lamont's L. What does L mean, sir? L means God Power Force. L means creator. I make music. I make music productions, what you call beats. I write. I publish the book. I teach. I create content. I'm a creator. That's what L's do. When I sat in federal prison, I planned. When I got out, I executed. I'm acting as an L. That attribute is appropriate for Turner Lamont. L. Sir, that's not your name. Your name is Derek. No, I am who I say I am, without a doubt or a contradiction. So I wouldn't dare allow anybody to tell me, man, that's not your name. My partners who I grew up with, they respect that because they see the development in the new me. I know they see it because they come and ask me questions when they're concerned about certain things. And a lot of my partners, they still, operate in fear. Not in fear of another man per se, but in fear of what they don't know. So energy, a certain energy is attached to my name now because I adopted that and I accepted it. And it was revealed to me. I had a little ceremony and everything to myself in the living room of the house. This is back in 2017. And I told my brother, man, who's sitting there riding with me now, I told my biological brother, I said, bro, I finally found something to die for. I finally found something that I'm willing to pour my heart and my soul to. I don't care how stupid they make me feel. I don't care how crazy they make me look, bro. But this is what it is. And I'm moving with this. And my studies started in 2016. So it's been 6 years, 6 arduous, tasking years. But I appreciate the process. I love who I became. I ain't changed, I'm the same. No, I ain't the same, I had to change. I love who I became. I know Buddy's still around, but I got to fight to keep him down. Now I got him in a chokehold and he better not make a sound. In my heart, I know he tough, but we can square, boy, what's up? I'm gonna get him where I want him, beat him till he had enough. But I love who I became. 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 Was it something that I drunk, nutty professor like the clumps? I'm walking on a narrow road. You still gonna hear some bumps. I got him hog tied in the trunk. Somehow he broke about the cuffs. My dark side something like sandpaper. Goddamn, that nigga rough. Why I'm hearing voices while I'm staring at this fofo? No, I still got time to grow. Right now, it ain't my time to go. Ain't nobody show me shit. Had to find out on my own. Laying around sleeping, snoozing until I heard that phone. Picked up, I heard a voice. I've been looking for you. Who is this? Who is you? Yeah, you know what to do. I'm who what you was before you was what you knew. Yeah, you make that shit sound good, but boy, you don't have a clue. I'm here to save your life, the better version of you. And while you playing with my head, I must be going off these ends. Well, I'm gonna take you where you want to go, just give me a chance. But we gotta catch a body, need to take out your mans. Yeah, I knew I had a choice. Listen to the voice or die. I don't really want to deal with it, just pull up and get high. My conscience ain't gonna play with me, I know it ain't gonna lie. Gasoline on my drawers, I'ma get the hell of fried. I knew this day would come, I gotta face it, I can't run. I can't stop until I'm done, I'm standing under the gun. Stepped aside the circle, then I got initiated. Moabite son of the blood, ancient of my creation. Just so Lee walk on the soil, no amalgamation. Stand on all my thoughts and dreams, it ain't no hesitation. Regain my lost estate, I had to do it for the sake. I call these niggas anacondas, they can't even hide they snake. Yeah, but I keep the anti-venom, it's alright, I'll be okay. And before I squeeze that trigger, I'ma look him in his face. Limbo, I'm ducking suckers while I'm sliding through this motherfucker. Defense win championships, my guard up, I could never trust you. Solo, I'm in my own league trying to ball like I hoop at Rutgers. Running to a player like me, never catch a nail nutter. Above the rim like Wesley Snipes, Jordan number 2 the pipes. I had to sit down and get right, I'm out of mind, I'm out of sight. Stay ready, don't get ready, I gotta fight a different fight. Like the countdown on Mortal Kombat. Test your might. Wah! No Liu Kang, bicycle kick like Liu Kang. Standing tall with Wall Dane. The whole, you know I'm straight thing. What it is and good for. Absolutely nothing. If I say what I was gonna say, you know, explicit. But do you understand the words that keep coming out my mouth? Yeah, you know that nigga hot. Now them folks running in your house. 400 degrees, the block is hot, I changed my route. I feel it in my bones like they diagnosed me with gout. But I'm ready to be what I know I can be. I'm working all night. I can't get no sleep. Ain't no charity. I ain't this shit for free. Look at me through your eyes, I'm trying to see what you see. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the hardest of them all? Don't be asking silly questions. Don't get cocky, you can fall. All right, I'm a creator. I'm an L. You see what I'm saying? I have a poetic soul, and that poetry in my soul expresses itself through this physical vessel of mine. When I think and I say things like that, what you hear me say, I heard in my mind first. I created that. I own the intellectual rights to that. That's my intellectual property. That's my energy being, vibrated to you through words. What are words? Words ain't nothing but the manipulation of sound by the way of our tongue from the vibration of your vocal cords. Words create. So when you speak into the atmosphere, this energy, this ether, which is this open space in between physical objects, the air you breathe, ether is plastic. That means, what do you mean it's plastic? It molds to the words that you speak into it. It molds to the thoughts that you give to it. I said, man, I wrote in my book, I call it my battle plans. I wrote in my book everything that I wanted to do. I'm gonna buy a house. I did that. I want to give me another Monte Carlo SS. And I wrote down everything I was gonna do to it. Detail by detail. I just showed you my SS. So, if you can manifest $1, I can manifest $1 for you right now. You want to see? Hold on. I'm finna manifest $1. It's on the way. I feel it. I claim it. I believe it. I can have it.
$1.
Oh, shit. Yeah. You see how simple that was? I fixed my mind on this thing. So what is $1? What is money? Money is a representation of your thoughts as well. I don't need no money. Money ain't that important. Well, you're right. You're correct. But your attitude towards money is what's going to dictate your lifestyle. Honestly, and your lifestyle ain't solely predicated on having money, but we all know money is like the key to a lot. We getting it done. We having paper, we having gold, we having land, we having things of value. Money is just not these Federal Reserve notes, because if you look through the case law, Federal Reserve notes have no intrinsic value, and they do not constitute payment except by the agreement of the parties. So that's why when my sons and them, when I parent them and they break the law, which is our divine creed, which is the natural law, common sense, or you brought harm against somebody, you have to pay for that, son. And I'm not no statutory court. I'm the law. I'm the lawman. I'm a mufti. A mufti is Swahili for the lawman. You draw? So I'll bring the law anywhere I go. This police ass nigga, stop playing with me, man. Yeah, stop playing with me. When I was out in the matrix in the public, you got it. When you go to the federal penitentiary, you can't be on certain compounds unless you show that paperwork, sir. I never got ran off any compound. I never got ran up by any inmate. I never walked myself off any deck. I never took nobody away from their family. That's a badge of honor I got to be able to look a man in his face while I walk the halls of this dismal crypt. I'm the law. I'm the land, the air, and the water. The law. The immutable law. The manifestation of what you don't see. That's why the thought of God is an oxymoron, which is a fancy word for something that contradicts itself. Not the nature of God, because God cannot contradict itself. Why? Because if God contradicted itself, we would cease to exist instantaneously. Follow me. Draw with me. The thought of God is an oxymoron simply because you can't see God, but you see God in everything. I mean, you can't even pay your rent. Something constructed a boundless universe, perfectly positioned us away from the sun so that we can, have food. The earth has its own intelligence, its cycles. The earth know to go heat up this water to a certain temperature, so it evaporates into the clouds. The clouds take their ass over the land, and they holding so much water that they can't hold it no more. You can't even hold water. So they spill the water onto what? The earth, the soil, right? And as this water nourishes the soil, it brings about life. That's the concept of masculine and feminine energy. Why you think women are classified as feminine? Because women are receptive. Go ahead, think about the physical act of being with a woman. She receives you into her body. It's feminine. You draw? And the man gives, he's outward. The man has a organ that's outside of his body. And a female has an organ that's inside of her body. It makes sense, positive, negative, duality. Ain't nothing outside of the law of this energy. Energy is everything. And energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only change form. Energy can only change form. So this energy that inhabits your body summoned the energy from the ethers and manifested it into a human body. So speaking of this energy, here I go. I'm gonna keep it on an I statement. Yeah, before I went to prison, I used to drink lean. I used to drink promethazine, codeine. And if I couldn't find promethazine, codeine, or I didn't have enough money to buy, I would drink plain promethazine. If I couldn't find no promethazine, I would take pills. Xanax, Oxys, Roxys, whatever you want to call them. Adderall, Quaaludes. I popped a Quaalude. I watched the Wolf of Wall Street. They was talking about Quaaludes. I'm like, man, I want to find some of them. They said if you can resist the urge of falling asleep, you'll experience a wonderful high. And I thought at the time that I was experiencing a wonderful high. My energy was.
I understand.
Man, turn Siri off. She all in my business. Yeah. So, nah, he coming off. He coming off. It's a county deputy. You know, he just doing his job. I don't allow them people into my awareness. You draw what I'm saying? They just do their job. They dare to do what they do. But when you exercising the right and you know in your heart that you have the right to do that, it no longer in your head do you feel that you're wrong or you're going to be in trouble. That's the type of energy that I give into my thoughts. You draw what I'm saying? What the hell was I just saying? Oh, so this energy that I was in before I went to prison, I was a very low vibration person. Why? Because I was around other low vibration people, and I'm actually, just because my vibration was low, don't mean I didn't have my own good characteristics or traits. I just decided to dwell in a lower version of myself. And there's two selves. The higher self is the opposite of the lower self. The higher self is the one that doesn't perish, the all-knowing, the all-seeing. The I'm who what you was before you was what you knew. That's the higher self. That's who I was talking to on that phone. Picked up, I heard a voice. I've been looking for you. Yeah, who is this? Who is you? Yeah, you know what to do. I'm who what you was before you was what you knew. What does that mean? I'm who what you was. That was a past tense, was. What you mean? Before you was what you knew. What I know now is this physical human with the combination of letters that make a name. I'm energy encapsulated in the physical body. And I always say this because this is the type of energy I put out there. I can't die unless I kill myself. I can't leave until I'm done. I can't leave until I'm done. You know, I was sitting down here to do something. Once you realize that, you become powerful. Stop thinking, oh, you just wake up then. I'm just here, bro. Yeah, you don't ever think about that? You know what I'm saying? So back to the I statement. You see, I was in a low vibration. So guess what I was doing? I was dealing. When they say you are who you attract, right? Okay, that's fact. But a lot of people fail to give credence to. They only. You know, we selective with our hearing. We selective with our understanding because we want it to mean what we want it to mean. We want that to mean, well, you are who you attract. We think we only attract the people who represent the nice qualities in us, the giving, the kind, the loving, caring person. And that's a twofold measure, sweetheart, or sir. That's a twofold measure. What makes you think that you don't attract the negative qualities in yourself from that woman or from that man? What makes you think that? You a low down, dirty, conniving, stealing, thieving ass, always lying ass, don't protect yourself, lay up with whoever ass, piece of shit. For the sake of a better term, that's actually a term to describe if you ask me. You a piece of shit, and you the epitome of the word piece of shit. When people see you coming, they go, oh man, turn left. I'm out of here on dude. I ain't, man. Fuck. Yeah, you desperate. Stealing from people who care for you and want to love you, want to take care of you. Oh, don't that motherfucker get charged with something. Your ass out. He's finna tell on you. So he can stay on Instagram. So he can shoot a shot at your baby mama when you locked up. And she gonna go, cause she ain't shit. Cause you ain't shit. You got a piece of shit baby mama or a girlfriend. And to the females, if you got a piece of shit dude, it's a high probability that you a piece of shit too. Females, I swear, they don't think that they can be pieces of shit. Yeah, you can. And guess what? You can do whatever you want to with your body. You're not a piece of shit because you decide to have relations with multiple men per se. Because I can't be mad at you for doing the same things I do. At one point in time, a piece of shit would think that you couldn't. It's a double standard. You know, and when you single, actually, in my experience, dealing with females who got a dude that's more convenient. I don't care what you think. You see what I'm saying? If you want to hear somebody lie, I'll tell you. I'll show you the quickest way to get somebody to lie in 2022. Or walk up to them and ask them if they single. Are you single? No, I don't got no man. You talk to her for a week, next thing you know, dude pick up a phone like, who the fuck is this? Damn, you in a full-blown relationship. That's a piece of shit. And you want to cuff that? You finna cuff that. You want to wife that. You in a strip club looking for love. She out here bouncing that ass on everybody who got ones in their hand. You want to take her as a wife? You think you're finna change her into a housewife? Now, keep in mind, all dancers are not prostitutes, or all dancers aren't into, giving sexual favors for money. But the profession is so closely drawn to it, it runs hand in hand. Right? It runs hand in hand. Okay? Just like celebrity status runs hand in hand with like being a professional basketball player. These guys didn't train and work to go to the NBA to be famous. They trained to work to go to the NBA, to be declared, or to showcase their talent and be some of the most talented and physically gifted athletes in the world. It just so happened celebrity status and fame was a residual effect of that. You see? Energy. So energy is everything. You can't never say, I'm not into energy. You deal with it every day. I'm going to show you another good form of energy to the men or to the women. It's a twofold measure. You've been in a relationship for a while. You know your girl like the back of your hand. You know her code to her phone. She know your code to her phone, right? You know her schedule. You know when she wake up. You know what she eat. You know what she like. You know what she don't like. You know how long she gonna be at work. How long it take her to get home. When she wash dishes. You know how she pleases you. How she vice versa. Same thing for her to you, right? Now all of a sudden, the code on her phone has changed. Do you not feel a certain energy now? Do you not feel that right here in your solar plexus? Did your stomach not turn upside down? Because your solar plexus is the soul of your emotional body. The center or the seat of your emotional body. That's why when we feel adrenaline, you get that your stomach turn upside down. When something scares you, you say, my heart dropped. No, your heart didn't drop. Your heart felt the energy, but that's your solar plexus. That's the adrenaline in your body that just sent the shockwave your body and put you in fight or flight mode. It's preparing you to deal with whatever may come from this altercation. So, yeah, that's energy that you're feeling. That's not a good energy that you're feeling. She got off work, and it takes her in between 15 and 20 minutes to get home. Now, she's strolling the house 4 or 5 hours later. You gonna raise your eyebrow like, where you been? You ain't even gonna say, hey, how was work? I see you probably had to stay late today. First thing you're gonna do, you're gonna get suspicious because that energy is giving you a vibe like she doing stuff out of the normal. I'm not into all that energy shit. How's you not? And on a daily basis, you deal with energy. Okay? You know when your coworker up to some bullshit trying to bake you a cake and get you fired? You feel his energy. Because he used to talk to you every day. Hey, how you doing, Sally? Good fucking morning. Now all of a sudden they leering their eyes at you, they cutting their eyes at you, and they don't really speak to you that often anymore. And you always see them when they talking to other people, they cutting their eyes at you while they talking. Damn, I feel like he's talking about me. I feel like she's talking about me. You feel that energy. And so when I was in my lower self, I was dealing with other low vibration people. So even though I'm a good dude inherently, I was around pieces of shit. They said, show me your friends and I'll show you who you are. Or you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Well, I was a bum. I just had a name for myself. Nobody, they ain't gonna tell you that. All them niggas that you follow on Instagram showing you all this money, that half of that money his partner shit. That's his partner necklace he got on too. That's his partner shoes he got on too. All that.
Definitely the shoes.
Yeah, all that. So they portraying his image or putting on his persona, and you think that, oh yeah, no, excuse me, that's not who you think he is. He woke up on somebody's couch this morning. Right? Females as well. But that's not the point. The point is when you're dealing with these other low vibration people having low vibrational relationships, y'all having low vibration sex. The sex be just weak as hell. Y'all both drunk, sweaty off ecstasy pills, and y'all pumping that energy in each other. And guess what? A good 9 times out of 10, if not 10 times out of 10, this low vibration person who you having physical relations with is having physical relations with other low vibration people. So let's just do a little count. Okay, let's just say you're a low vibration man. I'm automatically assigned, and somebody stop me when I'm wrong. You know, please put it in the comments if you need to. I'm assigned to each man 2 women automatically by default. Period. Okay, so he's engaging 2 women simultaneously. Well, not a threesome per se, but he has 2 women in his life. So he deals with her separate from you, and he deal with you. He come to your house, he got clothes at your house, he got clothes over here. All right, cool. Let's just say these 2 women ain't shit, and they engaging another man. So each one of these women are engaging 2 men, and one of those 2 men are you. So now we got 5 people in the equation. You don't know who he out here raw dogging, and if you don't know what raw dogging is, it's unprotected sex. So and now we already assigned by default 2 women. I mean 2 women to each man. So that other man that she messing with, he got 2 women, right?
That's the minimum.
There's 9 people right here having sex with each other, bro. And you want her to put her mouth on you. And you putting your mouth on her. And y'all unprotected with each other. You see where this is going? Now you waking up in the middle of the night with anxiety and confusion, and all of a sudden you so suspicious and you scared for no reason. You starting to peep out the blinds. Yeah, that's other people's energy that's been allowed into your temple. You see? It makes sense? And it keeps going and going and going. There's really no cap I can put on the number of people. I'm just giving you a small illustration on the reality of the situation. In 2022, you better pick and choose. Men, y'all talking about, y'all be mad at a female when she meets you and she want to hold off for a second. You know you trying to get some ass, bro, just go buy you a prostitute, bro. Because if you meet the ones who got some common sense, you meet the ones who's not enticed by what's behind your zipper, you meet the ones who's not enticed by how much money you flashing around, you meet the ones who ain't goo goo gaga for the diamonds hanging off your neck, bro. It's gonna stump you, it's gonna defeat your mentality. Like, what the hell? Any other female would have been went by now. What the hell? What's her problem? She not stupid, bro. She don't give a damn about none of that. And I had to really, pick and choose the females. I started, hey man, look, shorty, you fine as hell. Yeah, your booty round, you got a nice flat tummy, all that. But your mentality really don't reflect what I want. You draw what I'm saying? Your car a piece of shit. Yeah. You stay in the jets. And ain't nothing wrong with staying in the projects if you're using it as a stepping stone. Like, you know what, I got a plan. I'm fucked up. I just moved out of my mama house. I'm finna go over here in this Section 8 living right quick. Stay here for a year, grind it out, run my money up, move up out of there, go to school, you know what I'm saying? Get some type of degree, work. So what, you got a plan, so you're not gonna stay here. Ah, you a bad bitch. Oh, I'm a bad bitch. I'm independent. Girl, you get every type of government assistance. What is you talking about? You get SNAP benefits, you get TANF. In Illinois, it's a link card. That's the EBT, the food stamps. Yeah, you got all your baby daddies on child support. Your rent $200, and you don't even pay that. You just exchange a sexual favor to get somebody to pay it. But you got on a Birkin bag? Your nails did? Yeah, your wig, your sew-in, your lace front was $500?
Wow, Sway.
How, Sway? You don't have the answers. I mean, I'm confused. Matter of fact, I'm shocked and confused. This is confusing to me. How you prioritizing these things, but you know, I mean, this was being promoted in our culture. If you a sucker for a gone, hey man, I don't want that gone, girl. That shit don't entice me. What's 2 + 2? Can you have a conversation with me? Cause the only way to please me, or the only way to catch my attention as a man right here, right now, is a female national. You know, somebody who got some credentials. You know, somebody who's not judgmental. You draw what I'm saying? Somebody who's open to suggesting, coming from a good place, open to suggesting with good intentions. You know, you can't be open to everybody's suggestions, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because a lot of people just want to get their roll off. They want to get their rocks off right quick. They want to sound right. They want to sound good, reproving your fault. Y'all heard what Jesus said to dude and them. They was trying to brick dude. They was trying to rock him out this shit. Hey man, who out here free of sin, bro? Yeah, let the motherfucker who free of sin cast the first stone, bro. You can see the splinter in his eye, but you can't see the log in your shit. You be so quick to point out somebody else's flaws. And I'm gonna tell you why you can see somebody else's flaws. This finna fuck your head up. Cause I say it to self all the time. You know why I can see my homie flaws, my brother man flaws? Because I be doing this shit too. So if I point out his flaws, I'm talking to my damn self. Energy. You gotta be in the right energy. What energy you in?
That's a little Topeka town, huh?
Yeah, that's Topeka.
Like, this trying to look racist as fuck.
Yeah, racist motherfucker. You see them type deals, come on, man. It was like somebody got hung up around this motherfucker. It was like somebody ran for their freedom.
It's happening hanging right now. It's Sunday.
You draw? Yeah, so... Yeah, so...
Square hanging.
Yeah, man. That's what's going on. And then, this is so real. When you heard what I just said, I'm like, man, this town look racist as hell. Sometimes it's... When I'm right, I'm right. When I'm wrong, I could have been right. So I'm still right. So what Terrence Howard said on Get Rich or Die Trying was the truth. I'm glad this man driving the diesel behind me got enough sense, because I'm coming around this curve with this trailer and I'm outside of my lane and he's not trying to pass me. So he got a lot of sense. So it's a tight curve too, very tight. And it's very snug. So, you know, when you go to certain places, you know, I'm from East St. Louis, Illinois. My mom hate that. My mom hate the fact that I love being from East St. Louis. I don't know why. Because she tried to shelter me from the grim reality of what the world really looks like. A lot of these people who didn't, you know, grow up in certain places, you know, you afforded, you know, certain opportunities. And I was moved to a small town, upstate Illinois, when I was a kid, a country town. Jacksonville, little town, like 19,000. I learned a lot from Jacksonville. I learned a lot from Jacksonville. I love my homies and them from Jacksonville. That's where I got my countryness from. I'm a country boy. You see what I'm saying? But I always felt bigger than that. You know, East St. Louis, the country too. If you didn't know, East St. Louis is not in Missouri. So people are like, oh, you from St. Louis? No, sir. No, I'm not. St. Louis is in Missouri. East St. Louis is in Illinois. You know, just like West Memphis is in Arkansas. Memphis is in Tennessee. Or East Chicago is in Indiana. And Chicago is in Illinois. You know, people who not from there don't know that. But it's the energy of that town. And I gotta get past him. So it's the energy of that town. And I would go look, and you ride down State Street in Jacksonville and you see all these old slave owner mansions. And as a kid, guess what? They want you to know the history of this town too. They take you on little tours. I remember when I was in like 3rd or 4th grade, 5th grade or something like that. They take you, Governor Duncan, I don't know if he was the governor of Illinois at one point in time, but he had a mansion on State Street in in Jacksonville, Illinois. And you go through the historic district and you can feel the energy on these places. Man, somebody got their back whipped in this motherfucker. You can see it, you can feel it, and it makes you very uncomfortable. That's energy. That's energy. When you go into certain places, you feel the energy on it. When I go to certain cities, I feel the energy on it. Every time I go to Chicago and I see that skyline at nighttime, all I can think about is how, you know, motherfuckers used to run alcohol over the frozen Lake Michigan to Chicago. Al Capone used to run the city in the zoot suits in the late 30s. It's a mob city. It's a gangster city. I love going to Chicago. I like seeing Chicago. The lifestyle is definitely different. You go to these small towns, the police be thirsty. Yeah. You go to St. Louis. Go to St. Louis and be a police if you want to. Now you got to go to work with full-blown respect for the streets because you might not make it home tonight. I stay in this lane.
All right. Just don't get off on the next. You got like a mile or 3 or 1.3 miles.
Oh, I'm staying here east. Okay. So you know, you feeling that energy and you're denying it. So now you denying yourself. You're denying yourself. That urge and that feeling that you know you should be doing better. That's higher self trying to step in and intervene. Because you and your lower self, it says lean out into your own understanding. You think you know something, don't you?
That was a beautiful tie-in. I love that.
Yeah, lean out to your own understanding.
Yeah, double back on that shit.
Yeah, what you thought you knew? Nah, you thought that it was, but it's not. I used to sit at the top of the bleachers on the yard in Terre Haute, Indiana, where I did my federal bid, or when I was, coerced into going to sit as a surety for a debt in the federal penitentiary or in a federal safety deposit box. Is that the? That's the toll. I forget. Okay, so I used to imagine when I see the cars riding past us. It was a long street that ran past the prison, and I could imagine, because I used to be like that as a kid. I used to look out the window, and I could imagine how many people ride by there with their families in the car and the kids in the back seat. They used to probably ask their mom, "Hey, mom, what is that place right there with the fence around it?" "Baby, that's a prison. That's where all the bad people go. That's where all the criminals go." Hey, man, I met some of the most intelligent people in my life in that place. I seen people who had good intentions, but made bad decisions and mistakes. And it's a difference between a mistake and a bad decision. A mistake is when you have good intentions, or when you have the intention on doing something and you execute and you don't get the intended result from your action. That you made a mistake, it's all right. You can shake back from that. But a bad decision is when you've seen the risk, you factored in the risk, you measured the risk, and you knew the consequence for that risk would not be worth the reward. But you said, fuck it.
This the one right here, boy.
I like that one. I like that. I'm gonna do it anyway. Fuck it. And then you go get caught. It's the first thing you go get caught. You get to the county building, the first thing you do when you get up to the cell block is ask for a Bible. Hey man, scram, bro. You weren't just religious in the world. I don't knock anybody, religion or anything. But I know a lot of Muslim brothers. Hey, bro, y'all wasn't deaning on the street, bro. Y'all was out here indulging. You wasn't deaning on the street. You weren't going to Juma. You weren't making your salat 5 times a day. You want to carry this high. You want to be Moorish. You don't study your Quran, your Circle 7. You don't uphold the bylaws and the Constitution of the Moral Science Temple and the Acts. That's the law. Well, that's our law, the Moors. And so everybody's law is to them. But there is no such thing as you not being, subject to some law. You're subject to the natural law. So you in a certain energy. And now, since you don't have enough resolve or discipline to check yourself, because you have freedom and free will, right? But they say idle time is the devil's playground. And guess what happened? If you don't know what to do with that idle time, somebody gonna show you what to do with it. Ciao! Doors rolling at 5:30. You sleeping in a room big as a closet with 2 bunks in it, a toilet in there, and a locker, with all you and this other man's possessions and belongings stuffed under the bunk. He got a shit while you in the room. You got to put the towel up and smell his shit. You pissing on the toilet and the piss splashing all on the back of the wall, and the pubic hairs all down on the floor. All in the room you live in. Oh yeah. He all farting while you sleep. I was in the room with an old diabetic man. Oh my goodness. I went over there to that counselor quick. I gotta get out of here. He was fucked up. He was a good dude. I couldn't smell that, bro. I'm talking about almost threw up. God bless him though. I still talk to him to this day. He a good dude. But you have no choice around who you around, man. You don't control shit. You don't control the water to come out them faucets. You know how many times I woke up and I'm thinking this man is shitting in this toilet, but that's just the brown water that's floating around these pipes and it's coming out of the sink. And I'm spending all this extra money buying bottled water off commissary because I was terrified to drink that shit. They giving you soft Peter and the Kool-Aid. Yeah, anybody who ever been into any type of institution know what salt Peter is. It's made to sterilize men. That sweet old Kool-Aid that tastes oh so good to you in them little cups. In Sangamon County, in Springfield, Illinois, they feed you white bread. You get a sandwich for breakfast. You get a sandwich for lunch. And you get 2 sandwiches. You get, how did I come up with an uneven number? 2, 4, 6, 8. You get 8 pieces.
You get one at lunchtime.
You get 1 at lunch, so that's 4 pieces of bread at lunchtime, including breakfast, and then you get 2 sandwiches at nighttime. All that sodium they pumping into you. Carbs, sodium. Guys in there leaving, they coming into prison perfectly fine, leaving pre-diabetic and diabetic. How you go to prison without diabetes and leave with it? You in a place where you have nothing to do all day, so that means you have something to do. Or you can find something to do. And they sit around in politics, man, this a white TV, this a Mexican TV. No, this a nigga TV. That's a Michigan table. That's a down south car table. That's the white Michigan table. That's the GD table. That's the Vice Lord table. No, in my eyes, that's a FBOP table. That's a Federal Bureau of Prisons table. Did you pay for that table? Put it there. So how'd you saying it's yours? That's the FBOP TV. That's an FBOP chair. Oh, this is a Vice Lord cell. No, it's not. You have people having their people send them money from the world to them to pay somebody to move out their cell so they can move into it and get closer to the TV. That show you how and they call it real estate. This is prime real estate. If these dudes do what they was doing in prison, they'd be successful outside. They was calling sales real estate, bro, and it's for real. And this how they think. When we walking down the hallways, you have to have on a name tag. You ain't have on a name tag, the police pulling you over, and we call it driving with no license. He gonna yank you. Hey, come here, what's your name? Stand up against the wall. And if you an idiot, you a cold asshole, and you hang with niggas who just loud mouthing and kiki and ha-haing all day, he know you a buffoon. Guess what? Step in his bathroom. He finna go in your ass. I never had that problem. I never had a strip search. after I was sentenced, because you have to get strip searched when you go in there, and they strip you mentally, emotionally. It was a female. When I got transported to the Federal Transfer Center in Oklahoma, the lady last name was Hennessy, and her ass was fat and her eyes was pretty as hell. And this was so funny. I never seen this. This was the first time I had seen this. They let her do the strip searching. This is the first time I got touched by a female. Since I've been locked up, I was kind of excited. And guess what she did? She walked down the road looking at our manhoods. She didn't say nothing about the guys who was decent. But what she did say was about the guys who wasn't too decent. I don't know who you was pleasing with that little motherfucker. Oh, damn. The whole time I'm just turned on by the sight of a woman. I've been deprived from the feminine essence. You see what I'm saying? So, I got to Oklahoma, a Federal Transfer Center. They flew me there by airplane with a black box. Can't move your hands. Your feet don't touch the ground. You walk straight off the plane. Thank you, sir. You walk straight off the plane. And into the corridor. And this is the second time I cried on my bed, because I was in such a low vibration being around these people. My vibration was raising around other low vibrations. And that podium, like how the Olympians stand on, is two, and then it's the one in the middle, that the person in the middle stand higher than everybody else. And they said, "Stand up here, idiot." I didn't cry because the lady called me an idiot. I don't care. It's what it represented. Y'all remember the Greenville auction? If you didn't know anything about the Greenville auction, it's where they used to auction off slaves. And they stood up there and they took them cuffs off of me. And I had to hold my composure until I got back to the cell, because I knew what this represented. I'm like, damn, I'm a real life slave right now. That was a terrible energy to be in. You see what I'm saying? You don't control nothing. You don't control nothing. When they feed you whatever, you don't control that. And guess what? The prisons ran the inmates ran the prison. You don't even control that. And you better not do nothing stupid, because after they crush you, they're gonna walk you to the lieutenant's office, and they're gonna make you knock on the lieutenant's door, and you have to tell the lieutenant, "I cannot be here." If that ain't embarrassing and low energy, I don't know what to tell you. And you got to think about it. These guys who doing this, they really they wholeheartedly heart is in this. Like, this is serious to them. To me, it was a land of Oz. You remember that it was a TV show on HBO when I was a teenager, when I was like 12 and 13. It was called Oz. And them dudes was in prison. They called it Oz because it's a land of fiction. They really in here politicking about nothing. Hey man, dude stole that chicken. Now that was probably the only thing that was important that I felt like did and had a valid reason to be addressed was disrespect and stealing. And pedophiles, please don't be no pedophile. If you don't get physically harmed, they'll let you stay just so they can extort you. They'll let you go to the store, let you buy your $100 bag. In that bag that you bought off a dude commissary because he ain't had no money, you gave him a few dollars to go to the store, what they gonna do is they gonna walk in there and they're going to tell you, "Come here, come off that," or get your ass beat, or get this knife ran through your neck. I mean, yeah. I've seen it. I've seen shit get crushed, get hit with a lock in a sock. Now, no soap, a lock that go in your locker. Somebody swinging that thing around and bust you up and knock your teeth down your throat. That's low energy. You got people who vibrations are still low and they going lower. They smoking K2. That situation was heavy on the weird for me. I ain't gonna lie, it was a lot of weird stuff going on. And if you didn't know what K2 was, it was originally spice on the street. That's what people smoking, the synthetic marijuana, what the government call it. But K2 in the federal penitentiary is a roach spray, Raid. on a piece of paper or acetone, fingernail polish remover. And these people putting it on a wire, and they light it up with 2 batteries, and they inhale the fumes off of it. Some people die. Over the course of my time in Terre Haute, Indiana, I watched 3 people die from smoking K2. And they walking right out on stretcher, and everybody keep going to politicking like nothing ever happened. I spend my time in the law library. You got guys, they so stupid and dumb when the other parts of the prison were closed, like the gym or the yard, and the only thing open was the chapel or the barbershop or the law library. These buffoons would leave the unit just to go crowd up with each other and talk about nothing at the law library. I'm like, hey, bro, motherfuckers really here trying to study and go home, and y'all in here talking about, yeah, Jay-Z got more bread than P. Diddy, G. Get your goof ass back, man. What type of weird? That's weird to me, bro. That's weird as fuck. Man, that shit weird. Like, it was heavy on the weird, and I met some solid dudes in there. And I took advantage of them solid dudes that I met. I met some millionaires in the feds, man. I met some people who gave me a different outlook on things. And one of my favorite rappers is Rocco. He said, change the way I look at things. I'm looking different. Camouflage but blend in when the time permits. Chameleon. Make millions off my common sense. No, I ain't past the bar. I went past the bar, made more than the judge. He passed the bar. So, energy means a lot. And please, and I said it earlier about parenting, and I never got to it. The energy that you create these children in carries on with them. The low vibration, the thievery, everything who you are inherently is being transferred into this child. This child is born traumatized. You was sitting here beating your baby mama's head off while she was pregnant. She was drinking alcohol while she was pregnant. Smoking the vine, which is marijuana. Honestly, I really don't see nothing wrong with that. But that's subject to whoever's opinion or view on it. But she was eating gas station food, drinking high acidic beverages, soda pop, lemonade, sugary foods, staying out late, pregnant, looking for you around town, chasing you around. You with your homie, she pregnant, outside chasing you around, looking for you in the streets of the city. You pregnant. Come on, don't go back to the 80s. They was smoking real life cocaine, pregnant. You got these kids born with coke in their system. Then y'all confused how they grew up to be dope boys. Like, come on, man. Excuse me. Make it make sense. Then, I'm talking about y'all breed them from the cradle to the grave to grow up, go to jail, and die. Or get murdered in the street. Or do life in jail. And if you pay attention to our culture, art being the melanated people, your only option, it seemed like, to shoot a ball, rap. Damn, hold on. Yeah, play sports or rap. What else? Or sell dope. Yeah, you don't see a lot of dudes grow up around us talking about, hey, bro, I want to be a doctor.
Be a banker.
Yeah, be a banker. Yeah, I want to be an American national. I want to be the first one to be a millionaire in my family. You don't see kids talking because they're not taught that. And then when your kids get here, you so goofed out in that low energy. Say bitch. Call them a bitch. Y'all teaching the kids how to cuss immediately. Call them a bitch. I seen this one lady beat her daughter and literally call this girl out her name. Every time she hear the bitch, hoe, stop playing me, thought ass little bitch. She saying it to this little girl. Whole time she traumatized from her parents and she just passing it on. I had to hit my daughter in the mouth the other night because she flat out disrespected me, and I I didn't wail, I ain't closed my fist, and I popped on her lip. Because she flat out disrespected me to my face. And I had a good talk with my brother man about it. And he brought me some insight. Because my daughter she's 11, she got a little feisty attitude. And I had to realize back to what I said at the beginning of the video, all is self. So what happened was, she rubbed me the wrong way in my ego, said, you know, I won't tolerate disrespect, but I'm not even taking into account why this little girl is upset. I'm not taking into account, what her relationship is with her mother. What's wrong, sweetie? And what happened was, the me in her was reflected to me by way of what she did, and I responded to it. So
Childhood trauma, man.
it's childhood trauma. This little girl was very highly upset, and she was so upset that she didn't realize that she was disrespecting her father. She flat out told me what she wasn't going to do. She's 11. I actually came over there to bring her. I just bought her a cell phone, an iPhone at that. But the report that met me at the door, hold up, what the hell is going on? It changed it to something else. The report that met me at the door, changed the visit, changed the nature of the visit. And so I had to realize me and her mother had a very low vibration relationship. I was 18. I was 18 years old when I made that little girl 11 years ago. I'm 30 now. I just got indicted in the state for delivery of a controlled substance containing cocaine. I was 18. I had been hustling since I was 12. I started selling weed when I was 12. And when I was 14, I bumped up to coke. I wanted some money. Bruh them riding through with floaters on that car. Floaters, the floating rim. Bruh them riding through with rims and candy on shit. They having the finest females. They having jewelry dripping off their neck. I mean, what you want me to do? This is what I'm seeing. This is what I want. And church, man, look, I wasn't studying none of that. They took us to church. But this is why I didn't respect church. And I respect certain people because they have good intentions. But in general, anybody who grew up in a household with religious-fied people in it, primarily Christians or Baptists or Pentecostal or Kojic, y'all know them country churches, them old wooden flow, the whole flow move when everybody get to stomping their feet churches. Yeah, the Big Mama and them type of churches. They tried to, coerce us with fear and fear, scare tactics. I had a lady ask me one day, and I was a cold kid. I'm like 10, 11. If you walked out of this church right now and you go out there and you get hit by a bus and die, would you go to heaven or hell? I said, lady, to hell with heaven or hell. I am 10, bro. I'm finna go down the street and ride the bike with my homie now. What? I'm not in that low vibration shit y'all on. Y'all scare ass, man. Go on, get away from me with that shit. Why in the hell you got an 11-year-old thinking about death? Why the hell you got an 11-year-old thinking about burning in the hell for eternity? What type of low vibration is? And I'm a Pisces, so I'm always here, but I always have been here. I'm sitting in my room really thinking about what eternity like. I had to ask my brothers, damn, bro. So a billion years from now, I'm still gonna be burning in hell? Man, bro, hell no, bro. This shit can't be true, bro. That shit weird. And then I found out what heaven and hell ain't a place above or below, but it's a place within. Now, a man wake up in Beverly Hills this morning, and the only problem he had was which one of his, $100,000 plus cars he was going to drive to his business today. What type of Marley Gator shoes he was going to wear. Should I drive my Rolls Royce or should I drive my Range Rover Velar? And then to watch the sun set on Beverly Hills, he might say to himself, man, I'm in heaven on earth. And then you got this dope fiend walking down the street, kicking the can, trying to collect as many as he can to go turn them in, to go get him a blast, get him a push on the pipe. Head ringer. He high as a kite. He ain't even got nowhere to live tonight. But he scavenged up some money to smoke some dope. And then he might say to himself, man, I'm going through hell. You know, heaven and hell ain't a pace above or below. And then put it like this. How the hell you gonna tell me about a place that you've never been to, sir?
Not willing to go. You willing to die to go to heaven?
Yeah, you willing to die and come back and tell me?
Shit, won't you die right now?
Yeah, bro. And
go
then
get your ass to heaven, shit.
Go on, deuces. Now,
fuck.
This one thing I didn't understand. If a body of flesh, they said flesh cannot enter into the kingdom of heaven. Okay. Flesh can't enter into the kingdom of heaven. Well, that would imply, you know, if we deduct from the circumstances that, okay, since the flesh can't, then maybe the spirit can. All right, cool. Let's just say that. So if flesh can't enter in heaven, but you can burn in hell, I'm confused, because a spirit can't burn. A physical body can burn. So you saying a physical body maybe can go to hell, but it can't go to heaven? I mean, I'm confused. And you know, this is where the fear tactics come in, because when you say certain things like this to people,
that's funny.
Yeah, you plant the seed. Man, if I scared you good enough, you would check yourself, man. I ain't gotta stand over you and tell you not to do this and do that. You would check yourself. And I seen it when I walked the halls of the prison. They had their little puppets. They trying to police other inmates. No, you got rid of them quick. They always got beat off the yard. You can't go in there. Hey, bro, listen. I can't go in there. A police want to talk to you? No, sir. I need a witness. Hey, man, come here, bro. I don't care who you is. And that was the code. That was the code. I don't care if he was a Mexican or white boy. You can pull any inmate to the side like, hey, man, this police trying to talk to me, bro. Stand right here. So if anybody walk by on some nosy shit, talking about dude was talking to the police, you can attest to what was said. Hey, man, we heard you was talking to the police. Yeah, this is what I said. Da-da-da-da-da. No, hey, I told. Okay, for sure. And so, dude was like, you know, hey, nah, man, dude was standing right here with me. There you go, right here. Hey, man, hey, bro, check it out. Who out the band? Hey, man, you was with me right there when I was talking to the police. Tell them what was said, bro. Blase, skippy, yada, yada, yada. All right, for sure. Cool. You know what I'm saying? But that was off the subject. But anyways, you know, that energy, you know, you making them children and they grow up these traumas. That's why when certain things go on with my children, my son be asking me questions that I have to respect him about. And I tell my son all the time, I say, look, son, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, bro. I tell my daughter this too. Hey, bro, you can do whatever you want to do. Long as you don't, you know, disrespect nobody or bring harm to any one physical body or their property. Do it to others as you have others doing to you, bro. You can do whatever you want. Nothing can put a cap or a ceiling on you except the limits of your imagination, bro. Period. You can do what you will. It's just we follow the real law. God damn, I did that. I did the same thing last time.
What's that?
It was the cash toll over there. I'm finna skate through, so when you skate through this one right here, they just snap your plate and they send you a damn it. You feel me?
What plate?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We traveling. Y'all can say whatever y'all want. I'm just saying.
Just let me scoop the side, make sure I'm sitting on straight to the middle.
Yeah. You know, they can have it. And then that's pretty cool that you seen me go through a toll and y'all can see, you know, when you go out there these public ways, you know, if somebody, you ride through a toll and they send not a ticket but an invoice to your home, they're establishing contact with you. And what are they trying to do? Contract. But you know today.
Return to sender.
Yeah, return to sender. I don't wish to contract. I don't owe you anything. Show me where I contracted with you or where I agreed to owe you anything. And me traveling on public roadways is not my consent to your toll. Excuse me. So with that being said, energy, man, watch what energy you in. Watch what people you keep company with. You know, just because shorty strolled in front of you, she looking good, don't mean she in good energy. That don't mean she on nothing, man. That don't mean she thing, you know, she low vibration. And like I was saying about my son, he asked me questions that I have to respect, and I tell him, man, son, you can do what you want. And he asked me certain questions that actually stumps me as a father, and when he asked me, I ain't got no choice but to be like, know what, son, let me go ahead and articulate my words. And then when you're dealing with these children, they have certain traumas that go unaddressed through their whole childhood, and then they carry them into their adulthood, and then these habits that we develop as children as a defense mechanism to certain situations as a child, we carry them over into adulthood, but they don't work in adulthood. You can't cut off from the real world. You can't ignore people. You see what I'm saying? Oh, I cut a motherfucking water off. You trying to sound cool in your trauma. I cut that baby. Yeah, come on, man. Then y'all want to go, man. That's crazy, bro. I mean, I never understood it, but I mean, to each his own. Every man must worship under his own vine and fig tree. I'm not gonna speak radical of what you do. You'll get it together one day. But you know, these children, my son asked me questions, and guess what? When he asked me certain questions in front of his mom, he'd be like, Dad, why don't you come around as much as you used to? I shake my head because he asked me a valid question. Now, my father, he extended me the opportunity to say I can voice my opinion, but that was the words that he said. You see what I'm saying? His energy really didn't reflect that. And I knew that as a kid. You know what? I know I hear what you're saying, Pops, but I know if I say what I want to say, bro, you're going to be offended. And then you're going to shut down what I'm saying, bro. And so now it took me to get, grown to be able to tell my pops things that I wanted to tell him as a shorty. And so as children, certain things that we went through, we knew, we was like, man, I'll never put my kids through that. You know what I'm saying? I'll never put my kids through that. You see what I'm saying? Like getting physical with my sons. My father was physical with me, and I've forgiven my father. And I love that man. He raised a man. And I seen the difference between my walking, talking through these idiots in the halls of these prisons. Like, damn, it really makes a difference to have the presence of your father around. You see what I'm saying? But, I don't hate my father. I hate some of the things that he did, and I addressed that with that man. You know what I'm saying? So I can make peace with that man, let him know it's okay, man. You raised me according to what you knew at the time. But I'm going to do things a little bit different, Daddy. You know what I'm saying? Now, when it comes to my sons, I deal with them in a different energy. I deal with them in the energy of a man. I tell my sons and I tell my daughter, you ain't got to respect me. You just not going to disrespect me. You don't have to like me, son. You just not going to disrespect me, my boy. And my son respect me because I treat him like a man. When it's time to talk about sensitive things, stay in the child place. And go sit in all, man. He got just as much right to be a part of this conversation as anybody in here. Because guess what? He going to give us the most insight. Because the child going to tell the truth. Not attaching to no ego. And that's one thing, that's why I solicit kids. Like, hey, man. Hey, son, what you think? Dad, this is what I think. I really didn't have, you see, like growing up, and we're going to say, we're not just going to say black households in general. I don't care if you're white, black, Mexican. Your parents didn't really incorporate you with the, the finances of the house. Come on, son. Run to the bank with me. I'm finna show you how to write a check. I'm finna show you how much money I got in my account. I'm gonna show you why we struggling. I'm gonna show you why we can't keep the lights on this week or this month. They not showing you that. They telling you to stay in the child's place. Then you grow up with broke habits. Hey, son, what you want to know? Come on, man. I'm finna tell you what you want to know, because this the truth behind it. I used to smoke weed. I remember my son was a 3-year-old. I had my weed out, I smoke it. He said, Dad, what you doing? No, he said, Dad, what you doing, rolling up some weed? I looked at that boy like, hey, bro, how you know what this is? He said, my papa smoking. And I never hid it from him. I said, come here. I set him on my lap. I said, go ahead, you can grab it. Smell it. And he smelled it. And I said, what it smell like, son? He said, and these are my words. I mean, these are his words, his exact words. He said, Dad, it smell like a beautiful flower. I said, son, marijuana is a flower. You see what I'm saying? I'm not exposing them to like no dope boy lifestyle, but this is just something simple. You know, then when your kids get outside the house, you so busy and gung-ho trying to protect them from every little thing. When they get out there in the street, they be goo-goo gaga. This nigga showed me a gun. I took my daughter to the range. My daughter knows how to shoot a gun. She's 11. She knows how to shoot a pistol. She knows how to shoot a pistol, a real live pistol. She knows how to handle a gun, my 11-year-old. are you raising goons? Are you raising gangsters? No, the hell I'm not. I'm raising nationals. I'm raising men and women who are going to be upright, fearless, and independent, and who's going to base their their beliefs and their principles around the 5 highest qualities known to man: love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. And they gonna hold that true to their heart. That's what I'm raising. I don't give a damn what nobody talking about. He might be the same one to save my ass. And guess what, son? You want to challenge the king? You want to challenge the king? Here go the gloves, bro. What, you want to run a fade? We can squabble right quick. And the day that you whoop the king, I am no longer allowed to administer any punishment on you, son. That can be as early as he's 15 or 16. If he whoop me, I'm taking my L square, bro. You got me on that one. That's the type of energy I'm raising my sons in. Don't fear no man. My dad was he had a strong spirit. He was a very aggressive dude, and his face was always toiled. And my dad, he kind of like LL Cool J. He got like, real curved eyebrows. He looked mad when he wasn't, but I couldn't tell the difference. And so, long story short, my pops was very unapproachable in my eyes. So when I asked my dad certain things, I asked my dad things in the spirit of fear, or knowing that he was going to say no. You see what I'm saying? Dad, no, man. Come on, man. Hold that chin up. What's up, son? Talk to me. You ain't got to be scared, bro. I ain't did nothing for you to be scared of. You draw what I'm saying? I want you to be able to address me. And when I'm bogus, call me out. That's the type of energy I'm raising my sons in. Hey, Pops, you bogus, bro. And don't think you bigger than the mob because you Pops. Hey, bro, when the king got the tweaking back in the day, hey, man, on my mama, we'll run you out the palace, bro. We'll run you up out this bitch, bro. We'll run you up out of here, man. And off with your head and put it on a stake in the middle of the square for everybody to see. I'm not trying to, stand on my son and them like, yo, I'm the law, do what the fuck I say and don't question me. Yes, question me, son. And I could be wrong. And feel free to give your opinion. Hey, Dad, I think that you could do things a little bit more different. Well, come on, tell me. I need to know. Challenge me, man. So we need to be changing the energy that we doing things, raising our children. We need to change the energy of the music that we listen to. We need to change the energy of the people that we being around. It's time to change the energy. You need to change the energy. No, you don't need to do anything. I'm not going to place demands on you. I suggest that you change these energies. Because when you have higher vibration thoughts, and you go into your mind and start addressing these traumas, you start to actually literally change the fabric and the thread of your DNA.
Find time to be alone. Find time to meditate.
Find time. You got to find it. You got to go down and self.
That means waking up at 4 in the morning while the kids are sleeping and the wife is sleeping.
God hours.
Get your ass up.
Get up. You not disciplined? No. They don't want to get up at 4. I ain't got no reason. I ain't got to be to work till. You ain't got no reason to be up at 4. Or you gonna wake up you gonna wake up at noon. Well, midnight is at 12, and noon is at 12. That means if you wake up at noon, half the day is gone. What you finna get ready and get done? What you finna start doing at noon? Oh, you finna wake up and play the game, right? You finna try to dictate the pace of this household, but you're not demonstrating to this woman what a man is. Then you mad because she don't respect you. You mad because when it's time for you to want some pleasure, she don't want to touch you. You mad because when y'all get into bed, she don't hold you like she used to. She don't talk to you like she used to. Because you portrayed to be somebody you wasn't. And as time went, it exposed who you was. The fraud was exposed. You were exposed to this woman who you was, and you were exposed to her who you wasn't. That's why I don't be trying to sell myself if I talk to a female. Yeah, the ones who love me, they know I'm 1,000 and all about action. Ones who I love know me. And guess what? I'm able to say what I'm saying because I was the man or the boy who thought he was a man, trying to dictate the pace and wasn't demonstrating what a man is or who a man is supposed to be. Because I wasn't in a man's energy. I was fucking my money up on my drug habit. I wasn't even able to give her no money on the rent. I'm shacking up with this woman. Now I gotta guess what I was doing. I was playing the role of the housewife. Ain't no man gonna tell you that. No, for real. I was sweeping floors, man. I ain't, you know what I'm saying, my phone was slow. I'm in there washing dishes, bro. I mean, I was doing what I can too, but that's not the role of a man. But, I mean, there's really not no roles to be subscribed to a man or a woman, you know, being in that household, you know, if she can't do it, get around to it, bro. If she going to work all day, if you're not breadwinner per se, you know, be a man in that way then. Hey man, bro, go wash them dishes. You been sitting in the house all day with your homies. Y'all got ashes from y'all blunts all over the end table, bro. This shit look trifling. Sweep the floor. And you move the refrigerator, man. Move the trash can. You throwing shit and you seen it miss the trash can and land on the side of the trash can, bro. Pick that shit up, bro. Go in there and make the bed, man. She get off work at 7, man. At 6:45, go in there and run her bath water, light a candle, and let her sit in it. When the kids run in the house talking about some mommy, no, y'all back up. Come here. Y'all not finna bother her. She been at work all day. Let that woman soak in peace. And then when she get done, you know, and she go into the bedroom after you to put the
6:35 north.
6:35 north. Okay, cool.
Like it's on bed to the left.
All right, I'm gonna follow that. And so, let me see. And when she, okay, oh, that's my accent. All right, so and when she get in the house, you know, and when she get down, getting out the bathtub, you go in there and warm up some baby oil and rub her. And tell her it's gonna be okay. And if you have to, you know, give her an act of physical pleasure without, you know, receiving nothing back. Make sense? Now when she wake up, go in there and make breakfast. Why you still in here sleep, nigga? You on work? What the fuck is you sleep for? 418B.
6:35. Yeah, 14B. Yes.
Okay. So what do you sleep for, bro? Get up and go make that oatmeal, man, for them kids so they can eat before school, bro. And even if you don't take them to school, man, make sure you walk them out the door. My son, I had a poster of Muhammad Ali when he had defeated Joe Frazier. Oh no, Sonny Liston. He was Sonny. I had a picture of Muhammad Ali. It was about like a 5-foot poster, and it was long ways. When he defeated, stay here. Okay, I'm ready. Stay here. Okay, we get over. And so I had a picture of Muhammad Ali when he defeated Sonny Liston, and Sonny Liston was laying on the ground, and Muhammad Ali was standing over him and doing his bow jest. A bow jest is B-E-A-U and G-E-S-T-E. A bow jest is a gesture of victory. So when you shoot a hoop and you make the game-winning thing, and you be like, ah, that's called a bow jest. And so after Muhammad Ali knocked out Sonny Liston, he said, ah. And so that was captured in the moment in that picture. And every time I used to walk my son out the door before he went to school, I said, son, who you gonna be? Are you gonna be defeated or are you gonna be victorious? That's how I contributed to the well-being of my son's mentality. You draw what I'm saying? Do it make sense? If you can't be who you want to be in one area, make up for it in another while you working on that area. And then when the tide change, when the tide rolling on, when the shoe fit, I mean when when the tables turn, that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, when the wind start blowing your way. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Then you know, and can't nobody take nothing from you. Hey, you know, I seen my dad fucked up. He was a man all the way through that shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie, he ain't let that shit get him down. He wasn't feeling bad for himself and none of that. Straight up. And while I was studying law, because I was on the run from a state case and a federal case. I was studying law. I fell asleep at the computer desk. I had to do something different. I had to put in that time and that work. I don't want to do that. You think you're finna shortcut. You think you're finna take your money down to the casino and win big tonight. You finna go home broke, you know, with all these excuses to your woman as to why you fucked up that tax money she gave you. Dumbass. baby, I got it, we gonna get it back. She don't fucking believe you, bro. She can't trust you to stay faithful to her bed. You in a different energy, my boy. You low vibration, and guess what? You bring her vibration down too if she had a high vibration. And then your nuts hurt. You know, when she finds somebody else.
Oh yeah, definitely at work husband on the move.
Yeah, because guess what? She got the idea of the man that she want in her head. And whole time, she waiting on you to get it right. But invariably, she didn't even know how, powerful and strong her mind was. And she attracted who she was thinking about. And he found her in the grocery store, shopping for your kids, bro. And he was handsome like myself. And he was intelligent like myself. And he had long locks like myself. And you know what I'm saying? And he represented, who she wanted a man to be. Come on. Slow this thing on down. Like myself. You never know, bro. You never know. Then y'all be mad, that nigga ugly, how you fucking with him? It don't matter. Maybe it resonated with her spirit. Excuse me. He said something that made sense to her for the first time since y'all been together. She ain't heard nothing that made sense out of your mouth. Everything you said was fucking folly, bro. And it was baseless. And it didn't make sense. And she gave you a chance. She believed in you. You draw? She believed in you. But you failed her. And vice versa. And this the shoe fits the other foot too, you know what I'm saying? This is a twofold measure, it's a double-edged sword to go for women as well. You draw? So, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up, man. I'm gonna start making more videos for y'all like this too, because I had just really realized, like, I can't go 100% on the law aspect with y'all. Like, I'm going 100% with that, but sometimes you gotta understand how the mentality and so many other things that ties into the law as well. I'm a lawman, I'm a mufti. You draw what I'm saying, and I bring the law and I demonstrate the law everywhere I go. But your cipher, which is your aura, your close circle, your energy, your cipher, the people who are in your universe, your close people, your tribe, your family, your nation, that's your cipher. You draw what I'm saying? And just because you cool in the financial part of your life, or maybe you not, maybe you cool in another aspect of your life, don't mean everything else is all well. Your cipher is 360 degrees. So you think you straight over here, they compensate, oh, you got a bag. She ain't going nowhere. Or she got a bag, he ain't going nowhere. Come on. That shit don't mean nothing, man. Or your Johnson touching your kneecap, bro. Don't nobody give a damn about that, bro. She can go and get that thing from anywhere, man. You not exclusive, you'll get that motherfucker to anybody. She don't feel special, bro. And on my mom, and if you really one of them, and you do have another woman, and that's not taken away from her, and she respects who you is, she gonna respect the fact that you have another female. And if she know what type of dude you is, if you did go outside of both of the females that you have, she know you gonna protect yourself. You're not taking nothing away from her because she know you a high value man, and she knows she is who you need her to be for you. And the other woman that you ain't taking nothing away from her, it doesn't make her insecure. It might piss her off when she first learned about it, but she know who you is. And she can't afford to lose somebody so valuable. You draw. So energy, man. Work on that energy. Work on that energy on how you parent your kids. The energy that you sit in, you sleep in. The people who you be around. Everything goes into your cipher. That's 360 degrees. Working your energy. Be careful about who you be around. I'm protecting my energy like never before. Okay, that was that one freeway to go to Iowa shit. Yeah, so, yeah.
120 or 12B coming up to the right.
Well, certainly. And then, okay, right here, bro. So, okay, I will. All right, so, work that energy. Be careful with that energy. I ain't in all that energy shit. Yes, you is. And it starts right now because I just opened your eyes to it. So, Islam to the Moors. Assalamu alaikum to my Muslim family. And peace to all my American nationals, anybody who I left out, you know what I'm saying? And bust the thing on down. And you guys be careful and be aware of the energy that you're around. And it's time to step it up. It's 2022, man. Move forward. Peace.